Howdy folks, it's Tall Turtle here, and welcome back to Microsoft Flight Simulator 2020. Today we're going to do another Discovery flight. I did a long, detailed explanation of what these are in the Naples video, so go back a few days or a week or whatever and watch the Naples video, because I'm not going to get as detailed in explaining what these are. I'll talk about a little bit, but I'm not going to get as detailed. So at the time of this recording, you can still access them through the current Spotlight events cell, but if you're watching this in the future, this will probably be gone. So let's get to it through the activities menu, Discovery flights, and we'll pick one. So we did Naples before. Let's just go start the beginning here now that we've done this one in detail. Mount Everest. So what makes these different from normal flights is you start in the air, you fly around, and then you land if you want to, or don't land. We're not going to land. So we're going to start in the air, fly around, and then when we're done, we're done. They give you a description, and then in the sim, the POI markers are forced on. You cannot change your airplane. You cannot change your flight conditions. It's kind of like a mini game type thing. But let's read about it here, and then we'll fly. So here we go. Mount Everest, the planet's highest summit. Now they say summit because there are mountains that are bigger if you go under the ocean and count the entire footage. Footage, I guess. But in terms of summit, above the Earth's sea level, this is the highest, right? 29,000 feet above sea level, resides among some of nature's most awe-inspiring alpine creations. Straddling the Nepal-China border deep within the storied Himalayan mountain range, the Everest region is an amphitheater of knife-edge ridges, looming peaks, sheer walls of ice and rock, and wildly dynamic weather and light. It is also one steeped in history of the exploration of the extreme. Gazing upon the sublime realm from the air is an experience of raw exhilaration and enchantment. From the cockpit, you can trace every step and camp along the first path blazed to the summit of the world and study the detail of crevices, cornices, glaciers, and boulder fields. Myriad points of interest, famous and unnamed, lie in wait for you in this rarefied domain. Regardless of the flight path, no two journeys through this wonderland will ever be the same. So we're in a pretty big, fast plane here, so I don't know what kind of detailed sightseeing we can do unless we active pause and take out the drone and go for a walk, which we may or may not do. We'll see how I feel. But because we are flying from the air, make sure your controls are all engaged and let's go. So we start in the air, landing gear alert. We start in the air like this, and well, why don't we take a screenshot since we're here? And those are the POIs, those white dots. And the way this works is you try to see your screens, they're so dim. You literally just fly around. So you don't start at an airport, you don't land at an airport. You just fly around. Where are we at? 24,000 feet. It's at the barometer, there we go. And you can look out the windows if you want to. Oh, yeah, there's the cabin. Better pay attention to our vitals here. You can look, whoa, okay. There we go. Everybody hang on. We're going to go by the mountain here. But I like to go side like this, right? We're above the clouds. So I can't use the drone while I fly because my drone controls are my yoke and pedals. So I can only use the chase camera from the outside unless I active pause or engage autopilot. I can always engage autopilot with heading bug or something. And then we can do it that way. But I like to hand fly for these if I can. We are climbing like crazy because I have full throttle engaged. So what we're going to do probably is end up taking out the drone because it's hard to see from inside this airplane. This isn't a sightseeing airplane. And we can get some views from here, but we're not getting all the views we want. So what we're going to do is come right here, active pause, take the drone out, and now we can look around and enjoy ourselves. Okay, so here we go. What do we want to do first? Oh my gosh, there's something way down there we can get to. That must be a base camp. You see this POI right here? That must be a base camp. And then they hike up this glacier. This is obviously a glacier path. Wow. Now if we had a sightseeing aircraft, we would fly around and do this, but you can't take a sightseeing aircraft way up here. You can't get this high. Well, there's a base camp right there. So I wonder what that is over there. There you go. That is an airport. That is, what does this say? Singbachi Airport. There's base camp. And then this way out there, Lukla How do you say that? Lukla is probably out here somewhere, I would think. Let's see, what else can we see from here? Let's just, oh, there's another base camp. Base camp 2? Base camp 2. Alrighty, the drone is moving, but it's so slow you can't tell. So let's speed it. Oh, what's going on with the airplane? Let's speed up the drone camera. You can speed it up by going like this, but you have to, there you go. You have to like be in the right position to do it. It's very strange. We've been over that before. Alright, good. Alright, so I want to really just fly this, but it's so difficult to fly this big plane through here. Although we could try. Think we could fly through here without hitting anything? Let's try it. Why not? Let's hop inside. Let's undo active pause. Let's make a U-turn. And let's see if we can fly through there, which on the map is right here. That'll be fun to do, I think. Otherwise, scary stuff. Otherwise, it's going to be hard to look around with this aircraft. It's so hard to see, and it's so fast and big. But we'll do the best we can, so we can enjoy it. Here's your outside view again. What if you go like this? Looks like we're going to crash, doesn't it? Because we are. We're going down 4,000 feet per minute. Oh my gosh. This is not meant. This airplane is not meant for what we're doing. But that's the airplane they gave us because you can't take another airplane this high. We've been over this. So there's base camp. Then another base camp. This is fun though. I guess you kind of just not screw around, but is much less serious than like planning a flight and all that stuff. And I think I'm taking it way too seriously. Anyway, I could, like I said, engage autopilot with heading bug, but I am going to hand fly because we can. Let's try to stay somewhat level here. Come on, trim. Work for me. There we go. Alright, Mount Everest will be up here on the left. Base camps are down below us. Let's get a little bit more altitude. Let's just fly in here. There we go. Let's just fly through here and check out this area. No, we're not going to land at Lukla or do anything crazy. All this is pretty crazy. We're just looking around. Base Camp 3, Base Camp 4. So that way if you don't have the sim yourself and you want to look, you can, you know, live through my experience here. Or if you just haven't done it yet in the sim, you can see what it's like. Or if you're avoiding work and trying to kill time, you can see it that way too. Alright, so this is so big that we're actually quite far from the mountain. Alrighty, let's active pause here now. And first of all, we have to get the engines how we want them. They do keep doing things when you, at least when you hit active pause, it keeps the engine doing whatever you're doing. See the speed going up, even though we're active paused. So you got to be careful when you active pause, because if you have a slow speed, it'll crash when you undo active pause. There's Mount Everest, of course. It renders in beautifully. I love how we're above the clouds. All the base camps down there. Well, that is so cool. I think there's another base camp here, right? Yep. Base camp. Give me the title. What is your name? Base Camp 4. And then there's another mountain peak over here, right? Where did the POI go for it? There you go. Hillary Peak. That is so cool. And then we got some stuff over there. Look at all those POIs over there. Wow. So again, Discovery Flight, you just fly around, start in the air, fly around, and just look at stuff. But it's beautiful and it's fun. And it's up to you how you want to do it. You can take it seriously, take it not so seriously, whatever you want to do. Let's back up a little bit here and get a nice shot of us in front of Mount Everest. I can't seem to get a good shot here. Anyway, let's hop inside and undo active pause and see how the airplane's all wonky now. Actually, you probably can't see that, but I can feel it. Let's get closer to this peak. Trim, trim, trim. Oh my word. This airplane is not happy that we're in these mountains. Look at this terrain, or the terrain turbulence. Oofda. Alright, let's see what this peak is. Then we'll fly over this away a little bit. We're not going to see what all those POIs are. They're probably different peaks and different airports and things. I just want to fly here for a moment. Come on, Trim. Man, this crazy, all this turbulence, which I'm doing the best I can with it. So it doesn't look that bad for you, but if we look at my glass there, you can see how rough it is. trying to stay steady, and we're all over the place. Now we're going down. Speeds all over the place. Having a hard time with this here, but that's okay. I do miss this airplane though. I need to use it more often when I do like regional flights. Of course, it would probably be IFR, right, for this airplane, but I do miss it. Alrighty, let's see what this peak is. Let's active pause and hop outside. There you go. Mount Makalu. I should have known that. I've done a lot of research on this area for fun. Otherwise, alrighty, so there we go. That is a discovery flight. I'm not going to go much longer here. So short video, of course, but short flights too. So just to recap, you pick an area, predetermined airplane, predetermined weather. You start in the air. All the POIs are forced on. You just fly around and look. Take it as seriously as you want, or not as seriously as you want, and just have fun and look around. It's a super cool way to get introduced to the flight simulator, I think. As long as you know the basics of handling an aircraft, you don't crash into something, you should be good to go. But otherwise, that's going to do it for us. It always, when you leave the area, it always says, you can leave the flight whenever you want. Like, okay, 12 minutes is too long, apparently. Seems to be at 12 minutes, it tells you can leave. Which is what we're going to do. So hopefully you enjoyed it. If you want to see more, which I hope you do, please like, subscribe, and I'll see you next time.